there's obviously me and a lot of people have had a big buzz about you coming back to your old school. If there was a film club when you was at school, who would you really love to have come in?
People I'd want in was like, you know, Johnny Depp and that.
Who wouldn't?
Exactly. I mean, anyone who I could sort of look up to, who was a similar sort of age to me, like, you know, because it is strange me coming back to the school and talking to you all like, you know, you're so much younger than me when really it's only like a few years. So, I mean, I'd just like someone who's a similar age to me who can give up their experiences, you know, like...
have a conversation with
Exactly,
it.
yeah. So, someone like that.
What do you think we would get out of Film Club?
I think it's brilliant just for the fact that a lot of my education, like, I learned through sort of watching films and learning that way rather than... I mean, I wasn't really a great learner of, like, you know... this is English, this is maths, this is what you got to do. I didn't learn things great that way, so I learned things by watching. Yeah.
You're a stereotypical emo in Hollyoaks. How is it changing character to a 16-year-old in My Mad Fat Diary?
It's funny because obviously on Hollyoaks I was 16 years old at the time, and I was playing like a 16-year-old. So at that time I was putting everything into the character, knew that was actually going on with me, if you know what I mean. So
you're a lot older now.
Yeah, and I am a lot older now, well, 22, and I was going to play like a 17-year-old, 18-year-old lad in My Mad Fat Diary, which is it's technically easier because you've sort of lived through them years, so you know about yourself and you know what kids at 18 get up to and just how they behave and stuff. So I mean, I find that the older I'm getting, I find it easier to play the younger parts just because, you know, you've been through it and you've been to school and you've been in fights and you've been in love and, you know, all these things. So you know the ins and outs of them. And that's why I'm, you know, want to get on to more sort of grown-up parts, you know what I mean?
Obviously, I'm doing drama in year 10 now, and I was wondering, because you've changed character so much, if you could give me any tips how I can do it in my own performances.
Yeah, I mean, the character, what I always try to find is like, is the backstory first. So I try to find what the character does for a living, who his family are, how he's growing up, what is, you know, what gets him, what hurts him, what makes him happy. You know, like little things like that. For me personally, make that character more believable in the long run. But as far as changing a character, if you get a script, say like the heroin addict thing that I did for the Body Farm, you know, I knew that I'm nothing like that character. You know, I'm not a thieving.
But obviously, you really adapted for that.
Yeah. And you watch films, for instance. You watch films about say Requiem for a Dream, where they get addicted to heroin, and you use them experiences, and in a way you're copying. You know, you're taking bits from that film, bits from this film, and you're copying their performances to give you, you know, you're not just using what they've done, but you are bringing what you've got inside yourself to the table.
Me and my friends were wondering, if you were going to go on a date with a girl, what would you go and watch?
Oh, well, actually, I'll tell you what. The last date I went on, I think I watched the Django. So that's the film we watched last time. But I mean, I like comedy. If I'm going to go on a date with a girl, I'd probably like to watch a comedy. You know? Yeah.
Has it ever been awkward doing a love scene on set? Say, with Ray in My Mad Fat Diary, I had to get quite intimate with her.
Yeah, I mean, the last series, we didn't actually have to sort of kiss or anything like that. And I mean, it wouldn't have been awkward anyway, because the type of girl she is very like sort of open and funny and like doesn't care what anyone thinks, and she will just tell you what she thinks as well. So it's great to be working with someone like that rather than someone that's like doesn't want to speak, who looks away, doesn't have any time for you, if you know what I mean. So it doesn't get. The only time it would get awkward is if you didn't get on with a person and they weren't giving you anything to sort of speak. You know, like just being normal like we are now, like just chatting. But Sharon Rooney, who plays Ray, is just she's a comedian in real life as well, which is like makes her even funnier. She's just brilliant.
She's brilliant.
Yeah, I've told next series gets very, very hot and saucy as well. So
looking forward to it. Have you got any inspiring words to any actors or actresses out there?
Just to keep, working hard, and if it is something that you want to get into, then give it everything you've got, and
Yeah.
don't like be shy about it, and don't hold back. Like really go for it. You know, like go to drama school, and if you really are, you know,
Dedicated,
dedicated and 100% about it, then that is something that you need to do. Is you need to. It needs to become your life, and then once it becomes your life, then you sort of, you can, you know, pick and choose as you go then, if you know what I mean. But yeah, just to keep at it.
How did it feel coming back to your old school, as it's been such a long time, and taking questions from pupils now?
It's been really nice actually. It's nice to come back to school actually, and
Does it feel very different?
it feels very different. You know, partly obviously because the change that's happened to it, and it looks amazing and like so modern. Like
I was in the old school, so it's a big change.
oh yeah. So you remember what it was like. It's been a pleasure to come back. Honestly, it's been really nice.
Been lovely having you.
Oh, thank you.